Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I told you guys I was gonna make a Making a Murder video tonight, and here I am. I'm using a couple of different special effects. I haven't nailed it yet, but we're getting there. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm gonna start the video off with is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. So let's backtrack a little. Brendan has been in jail since he's 16 years old. He has never gotten laid. He has probably never seen a girl naked. And I can't even believe that this is what the Daily Mail is highlighting. It's like retarded. So I'm just gonna go through it a little because I saw it and I was like, what? Brendan Dassey was punished after guard found porn in his prison cell this year, then busted him for having too many French toast slices for breakfast. Since when can you not have extra food? I have never heard that. I mean, I have I know because I did 30 days in county, it's not a secret. But I've like, all right, you couldn't make it blatantly obvious, but you could still give each other food. I mean, granted, maybe local county in Iowa is different than um, being in a max security, but still, I thought max security could eat whatever you want. Like, I didn't know that you have these rules that you can't eat an extra piece of French toast to have porn. Like, what are they expecting them to do? These people are locked up for life and they can't have porn? It just seems weird to me. And to make like a news story out of it is even weirder. Like, I don't know. I just find it weird. Do you guys find it weird? It's just weird to me. So, but they made like this whole big thing out of it. Like, he got busted with porn and he landed in trouble this year at the prison. He's serving a life sentence when officers discovered porn in his cell. In a Daily Mail TV exclusive, Prison Papers showed 29-year-old Dassey, who appears in the Netflix crime series, had two run-ins in 2018 when a guard officer, with a guard called Officer Bednarek. On the second occasion, Bednarek busted Dassey for having a fellow inmate slice of French toast for breakfast. Fuck, man, throw the book at him. Life is over. You had an extra piece of French toast. Brendan, you should be locked away and thrown away the key. Come on, it's prison. Like, what? So big deal? You had an extra piece of French toast. It's just retarded. Um, and moving on. Dassey was 16 when he confessed. I hate when they do these things. Dassey was 16 when he confessed to helping his uncle Stephen Avery. Yada yada, we all know the story. On March 16, Dassey's cell number 8 in the prison's HU6 wing was searched, and Bradnick found one page of porn to lock him up forever. Dassey's punishment for breaking rule, whatever, possession of contraband, miscellaneous, was being denied the use of prison phone for a week. A 29-year-old man gets caught with one page of porn, and oh my God, he can't use a phone for a week. You wonder why these people get angry. You wonder why prisoners get angry. Maybe that's a little clue why. What the fuck, really? While not as severe as many punishments, it would have hurt Dassey, who tries to call his mom, Barb, and father, Pete Dassey, on a daily basis. What I find interesting about that, it's not called Barb and Scott. It's not called Pete and Lori. It's Barb and Pete. So I don't know. I find that interesting. But yeah, I think it's ridiculous. And here's the actual report that says, I, Officer Brednick, what, blah, blah, blah. Like, come on. And this guy writes so bad. You're a cop. Maybe you should take some, writing lessons, because this is pretty sad. Like, really sad. Report obtained details how a guard found porn. I, officer. You can't even read his handwriting. It's that bad. I found Brendan Dassey with 3 French toast on his tray. I don't know if this cop is a new cop, but, I mean, really? I mean, come on. The guy's there, 11 years. Big fucking deal. You don't shoot his head off for it. I don't know, I found it a little odd that it was the same cop twice. Same correction 3 weeks later. So this was like earlier in the year. Watching a meal. I'm so tired, but I'm doing this for you guys. When I asked Darcy where the extra French toast came from, he said Bus owed me one. Like, who cares? Owed me one. It was more like not a gambling debt. Darcy was found not guilty of gambling, but having the extra slice of toast meant he broke the rule unauthorized transfer of property and was given another week-long phone ban. Wow. By contrast, prison records also release that Stephen Avery, who's serving a life at Wupan Correctional Institution 50 miles from his nephew, has a spotless disciplinary record since moving there in 2014. He has no chance of parole. So you're going to tell me that Brendan could not get out on parole because he had an extra piece of French toast? Get the fuck out of here. No way, no how. Why even write him up? So that's where I kind of think that Making a Murderer may have hurt him. Maybe not, but was anybody else getting busted? Anybody else getting busted for gambling? So I don't know. But since we ended with Stephen, now we're going to go into Stephen, which I found this interesting, and I actually don't understand it. Not that I don't understand it, but you'll know what I mean when I show it. So they say that Stephen Avery's secret missing files are revealed, and this is an exclusive. Fuck you and your exclusive, because you know what? It came right out of the mouth of Ken Kratz, and I'm going to get to a point after I read it. Netflix hit true documentary Making a Murderer portrays its subject, Wisconsin native Stephen Avery, as a seemingly harmless man who wrongfully convicted in 2005 in murder of local photographer Teresa Havok just 20 years after he was wrongly convicted for a similar crime. The series dives into the case and includes interviews with the Avery family to prove that Stephen is innocent. But according to legal documents exclusively obtained in In Touch magazine, the truth about Stephen's threatening nature and violence towards women is finally exposed. Making a Murder portrays Stephen as being this lovable, very docile person, says former Manitowoc County Special Prosecutor, guess who? Ken Kratz, who verified to In Touch, but Ken, you're out of the case, remember? Magazine that documents are legitimate. In reality, this guy is sadistic. Are we talking about the same man who has done more things to women than Stephen Avery? Is this coming from the same man that lost his law license and had to retire from being a DA because of his sexual deviancy and his sadism? Who the fuck are you to worry about, to say this shit to the media? Ken, I would call that projection, because that's what you do best. You project everything you are onto Stephen Avery. I've noticed this. I've seen a pattern of this. You keep doing it over and over and over. And then you sit back like, I'm not involved in the case. Why don't all these media start bringing up Ken's record? Ken is not reliable. Ken is not a good resource. Ken is a fucking sadistic narcissist, a diagnosed narcissist, piece of shit. Stop interviewing him. He is garbage. Let me move on. Making a Murder portrays, I'm sorry, I read that already. Documents included evidence that Stephen, a 56-year-old father of four, wrote menacing letters to his ex-wife, and he had been accused of assault by more than one woman. So have you, Ken. But the allegations in the letters were deemed inadmissible by a judge, so they were never submitted as evidence for his trial against Teresa Havok. 2006, Stephen was accused of forcing himself onto a family female friend while she was living with Stephen and his then-wife, Lori Matheson. Stephen put his hand over retracted mouth and told her that if you yell or scream, you're going to be in trouble, according to the documents. While he was serving time for his wrongful conviction, yada, 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 being accused of a sexual assault is meaningless in terms of providing evidence against Stephen Avery in his murder conviction. Avery's lawyer, Kathleen Zellner, tells In Touch magazine in a statement, Mr. Kratz unsuccessfully attempted to interject these two accusations into the trial. The trial court issued an opinion that they, along with other allegations, had zero probative value. Even without the admission of these claims, Stephen was still found guilty. Okay, I have serious issues with everybody. Here's why. Kratz is not part of this case. Why is Kratz credible? Why am I the only person that sees and is screaming at the top of my lungs that Ken should not be interviewed? Ken has been found guilty of more sexual deviant stuff than Steven Avery has. Why is Ken trying to kill Steven Avery still? Why is he trying to inject all of Steven's past that he did throughout his whole life now? He's not on trial anymore. The trial's over, Ken. You walked away from it. And now In Touch wants to make it like Steven's the most horrible person in the world and these documents exist. What is the end result? I can't for the life of me get it. What is your end result? Like, why do you want to try to convince people that Steven Avery was a bad person? Are you that worried, Ken, that you're going to get busted? Are you that worried that you have no choice because you're going to get busted? And if this goes to retrial, you're trying to redo that press conference all over again, but in different ways? Guess what, Ken? It's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to work, because any fucking idiot that listens to you has to look at what Steven has done previously, then they have to look at what you've done previously. And you have done 10 times worse than Steven. I don't know why Zellner doesn't say it either more. I mean, maybe she forgets. Maybe everybody forgets. He is a diagnosed narcissist. His own peers, his own like lawyer, doctor, whatever they are, I don't know what you'd call them, psychologist for the law industry, I don't know. But they deemed him a narcissist. Like, do you know how hard it is to prove that somebody's a narcissist? And they still did it. It's mind-blowing to me. But it's even more mind-blowing that Ken doesn't get it. And US In Touch or Touch Weekly doesn't get it. And half the world doesn't get it. Ken has been convicted of more sexual crimes than Steven Avery. Ken has done more crimes than Steven Avery. Convicted of more shit than Steven Avery. Steven Avery has never been labeled as a narcissist. Steven Avery has never been diagnosed as a narcissist. Steven Avery has never been diagnosed as a psychopath. But yet Ken Kratz seems to think he is. No, Ken, that's you. You're the one that was diagnosed. You're the one with the problems. Leave fucking Steven alone and get out of this case. It's so, like, everywhere you go, you're there, and then you sit there on a TV show, I'm not involved. Just go away. You make yourself look like an asshole to anybody that knows what the real deal is. And what the real deal is that you are a diagnosed narcissist. You are a piece of shit. You are a sadist, and you deserve to be in jail. So there's my video. It is 10:30 at night. I have to be up soon, so I have to cut this. I rambled a lot more than I thought I was going to. And I hope you guys have a great night. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other videos. And guys, and now I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say something about Brendan, but like, you know, do something for Brendan since he can. So go watch porn. Everybody should watch porn tonight. And that's all I got to say. All right. So have a great night. And I'll see you guys on Friday live video. Don't forget Friday night. Peace out.